before my husband took me to the hospital, a couple of days before that, I do want to tell you this. I called the doctor to make him an ear appointment. And I was explaining to the receptionist on the phone what his problem was in hearing. And she said, okay, well, appointment said such a date, and I wrote it down, and she says, in his name, honey, what's your husband's name? I said, I told him honey. She says, ma'am, I can't put honey down here in life. She says, what's his first name? I could not think of my husband's name.
2 days before this happened.
And so there happened to be an envelope laying there, and I picked it up, and it said Raymond Hyatt. I said, his name's Raymond Hyatt. If that had said Tom Smith, I'd have told her his name was Tom Smith.
So it's a good thing it was the right one, huh?
And so when he come in, when I hung up, he come in, and I had called my sister, and I said, can't remember his name. She said, whose name? I said, that man I'm married to. She said, she lives across the street from me, so she come over. She stayed with me because it did a few minutes before he come in from work, and he took me to the doctor. And the doctor, they had done one test, and then I come home, and then 2 days later.
So his looking at you, what was his reason for taking you to the doctor? Because of the memory thing?
Yeah, because I couldn't remember his name.
Well, that would be a good reason.
Yeah.
And you didn't have the hand wasn't affected until a day later.
Yeah, a couple of days later, then the doctor, they did a brain scan. It didn't really show anything at that time. And so then a couple of days later is when I started staring, cleaning out the space,
To you.
Well, I was sitting in my kitchen, didn't realize anything had even happened to me. And I was staring kind of out the window looking at something. Don't even know what I was looking at. My husband says, let's go. And I said, where are we going? He said, let's go. And he took me to the hospital, and I had a stroke. But I don't remember anything. I had no pain or anything. It's just like I was living in
a daze.
A daze, just a total daze. And
okay.
So they, of course, admitted me to the hospital. Blood pressure was high, and the whole bit about the...
Did you have paralysis on one side?
No, but my right side bothered me.
The right side. Did you have diminished or lack of strength?
Yeah. And
in the right side?
Even now, even still in his hand here, I can't, like I can take his hand down. If I take his hand down, it locks up and I have to actually push it back. And this sounds funny, but this is actually a beer bottle opener that my son had, he's 30-something, 8, almost 40. And he said, Mama, try this. I wear this ring backwards. It's a pop opener or a beer opener.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps me from bending that finger down when I pick anything up.
Well,
so
that's
that
good.
Works like a brace.
That's good.
But that helped my hand. But I had a little trouble, coming home remembering things. This is one thing that made me quit smoking.
Wow.
Because I come home, no sign of ashtrays, my cigarettes were gone and all this. And I was in the hospital about two or 3 weeks, getting physically able to come home. And then when I come home, I asked my husband, I said, don't I smoke? He said, I said,
That's marvelous.
Okay.
That's absolutely marvelous.
And then about, another 4 or 5 weeks, I was around people, and they was congratulating me. Nancy, I'm so glad to see you not smoking anymore.
Praise the Lord. That was one good thing.
I don't smoke anymore.
That's good. That's good. You didn't have any dizziness or any fatigue?
Not at that time.
At the time that this occurred?
I just, I was so tired. It felt tired, and all I wanted to do was sit there and look out the window and daze out the window.
Did you at the same time feel the numbness or the...
Well, it got until I started to get up and walk out to the car.
When you got up and walked out, that's when you felt the right side bother you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.